Q350, a not-so-quiet achiever. If the amazing UNI-Fi UB5 is the flashy lead actor and affordable audiophile speakers, the movie, think of the KEF Q350 as the reliable character actor who can turn its hand to anything. The Q350's performance may not be as arresting as the UB5, but if you buy the speaker you won't have to be as careful about picking a powerful receiver or the right music. A forward-sounding system like the ULAC sound best with a beefy amp and steady diet of well-produced recordings. But with a pair of the KEF Q350s in your system you can also enjoy Sabato, Katy Perry or Metallica without being reminded of their less-than-stellar production quality. There's no pop, no artifice, just the music the speakers are given. With simultaneously understated yet striking looks, rock-solid sound quality and an affordable price, the KEFs are an attractive package. If you want to just enjoy your time with your favorite movie or song and not have to think too hard about it, the KEF Q350 is your ideal partner. The KEF Q350 is available now for $650 or £529 for a pair. Australian pricing and availability are TBA, but we expect them to cost upwards of $1,200 Australian dollars. The Q350 sounds more expensive than it really is. In our listening tests, paired with either the Sony SDR-DN1080 receiver or a NAD C338 integrated amplifier, the KEF neither overhyped the treble nor pumped up the bass. Instead, it let the music speak for itself. That was certainly the case with the just-released Bach Trio set with Yo-Yo Ma on cello, Chris Thiel on mandolin and Edgar Meyer on stand-up bass. The three musicians play as one with a palpable presence to their sound, and the Q350 preserved the natural tonality of the three instruments. Stereo imaging was big, deep and broad. To put the Q350 sound in perspective we brought out our ULAC UNI-Fi UB5 speakers, which use a combined mid-range, tweeter driver that's not so different in principle to the Q350's UNI-Q driver. While the UNI-Fi UB5 is a three-way design with a separate woofer, the Q350 is a two-way. When we played Frank Sinatra doing Fly Me to the Moon with the UNI-Fi UB5s, Sinatra's vocal sounded fuller-bodied and more natural than the Q350, but his big band was restrained compared with what we heard from the more nimble Q350. We attribute some of the difference to the fact that the UNI-Fi UB5s crave power, and while the SDR-DN1080 receiver and C338 amp were both excellent, neither was powerful enough to let the UNI-Fi UB5s fully strut their stuff. The Q350 was a better match with both the receiver and amp. With David Bowie's final album Black Star, we compared the Q350 with a set of Klipsch RP160M bookshelf speakers, $549 a pair. The Q350's low-end bass definition and more neutral mid-range were way ahead of the RP160Ms, but that speaker was more viscerally alive and exciting than the Q350. The RP160M is a great rock speaker, so Bowie's rhythm section kicked harder than what we heard from either the Q350 or the UNI-Fi UB5 speakers. We finished up our testing with Roger Waters' 2015 movie The Wall on Blu-ray. The sound mix is more dynamic than most CDs or files, and the stereo Q350s easily belted out the music, and bass was plentiful enough that we doubt too many buyers will need to add a subwoofer for movies.